if I should do artwork or if I should do programming. For mine, in my case, it doesn't matter. I know one person who really wants me to, a person who is never been on stream as far as I know, who wants me to continue on the game development. Because I do want to stream, because I do enjoy streaming. But that doesn't mean I always know what to stream. So we're just chatting at the moment. Here's Pon Pon. Chat. Oh. There's actually more to Pon Pon here. Ooh. I wouldn't mind watching you work on the game. Ooh. Okay, so okay, let's check out the game. I haven't touched the game in like months now. So there's that. There's something in the game I really should fix. Oh my voice is not working today. So everything's nicely organized here. Okay, starting up the editor. Otherwise, the firework theme where maybe a peony firework. What's a peony firework? It was someone who wanted to call it a pony and like peony. Because I don't know firework terms. Flash into a Pokemon instead of into the air. The Pokemon's fire. Flash burned off. Peony fireworks are the ones that fly into the air and explodes. Because otherwise I was thinking like this Pokemon lights the firework and it flies away immediately. And then explodes. But far away it explodes, but it's a very strong firework that flies away. Doesn't make sense like in real life, but because a firework wouldn't be that strong, but still. Now, let's open the project because the editor is loaded, and I will put the editor on screen. Let's see now. Windows source, call it under engine. It's that one indeed. Boom. So, oh, it doesn't show the correct thing because there, now it shows the correct thing. This is what I worked on so far. This is the initiate basket code. Oh, if I play this, it runs a new window. Let's open the level first. There we go. And then I switch it to selected viewport. There we go. So as you see, I've already added baskets. Can't stand on them though. Okay, you can stand on it. Whip. You can collect gems. You can't charge, you can't flame, so you can't destroy the baskets as of now. But that's the side spot. You can collect gems, that makes the numbers bounce away. And if we move up here... Hello, Porter girl, you got that eggplant today. Here we go, here's the vases. Yep, there we go, vases. I don't know what kind of music this is. Oh, wait, game is... Wait, which language? Game must be running in... I don't know, it should be running in English because they added... Because the name was... Weird. Because... Yeah, it's running in Japanese for some reason, even though the editor is in English. It should run the game in English in that case. It's kinda hard to see, but... As I say, I'm going to have a pop-up that shows up on the bottom of the screen. Why am I playing the game collecting the gems? Whee! I fell into the water. Whee! Oh yeah, it's a bit too fast. Ah, there we go. So the whole level is empty because all those other things are just assets. And that's the one, so this is the container code. It loads the type, which is, if it's a 1, it's a basket. If it's a 2, it's a vase. It loads the value of it, which is the containing gem value. So it just sets the gem value. And it sets the ID of it, which is the gem ID, which just sets the gem ID, and that's it. And that's that. Yeah, I did the data table to our gems array. I've been thinking about this. I really should change this so it loads the data table and go through the data table itself. These are the peony fireworks. Okay. Okay. Let me know if you want me to start drawing instead. I can move over to that. So what I will do here is that I will just load the data table straight into the thing instead of converting to the array. So I should be able to do that. So I do a gem DT. I call it the gem DT. And it should be the gem. Wait, what is it called? It's a S gem spawn. That's what it's called. Okay. So it's a S gem. There it is. I'm not sure. This doesn't show up. No, it doesn't show up. It's kind of behind Pon, too, so you couldn't even see it. But now it's here. This is max, I can zoom in. But I mean, it's 54% cute today. Ooh, hello, Santi. So, I should be able to do... Get set members break. Wait, how do... X, Y, Z, value, ID. Okay, but which... Because this can't be an integer value, because... No, yeah, no. Because this is supposed to be... Wait, what type is it? Let's go into this one, check. Yeah, so I get the data table row names. Data table. Oh wait, so I just do data table like that. Can I do that? Oh, maybe I can. Okay, so let's do... No, that wouldn't work. No, I have to specify it. And I really don't know why I can't. Maybe I can't do it. Because I would have to go... Yeah, maybe that's why I have to do this kind of mess. But currently I converted the data table to an array to then stuff it in here. But... I wish I could just take the data table directly and stuff it in here. Data table. So I can get like data table row. So I need to but then the data table, this is just SGEM spawn structure. I don't think I can insert a data table. That's the problem. I got structs here, doesn't help. Interface doesn't help. Object types, I don't think help. Enum doesn't. So yeah, so I have to do this kind of messy thing because I don't see any other way of doing this. I had that idea that like, oh yeah, I could just no I can't. I can't. That one, I mean, this isn't much of a mess, but I mean, it could be better. So all it does is get the data type of gems, convert into an array, and then it just spawns the gems based on the array. And then spawns the portals and then spawns the baskets. And that's it. So all I have to do now is replace the spiral model with a new model. But I would only replace the mesh. This is the mesh. Oh, it's open a new window. Why did he do that? There we go. And here the camera is super fast. I understand it's slow. Like, it needs to be fast in the world because the world is huge, but it needs to be slow for the model viewer because, yeah. So this model is made by kind of tracing the reignited model, but maybe making a new model. So if you know what the reignited model looks like, you might see some differences in this model. Because this model, well, for one, it's low poly. Kind of hard to see the polygons here maybe, but yeah, one difference you might see is that this yellow part here just continues down the back. Doesn't do that on the reignited model. Otherwise, I don't think there's like any other difference. Another difference is also the teeth. Kind of hard to see, and also some polygons are incorrectly facing there. I didn't fix. But he has more teeth. Because he has, for some reason, lost teeth in Reignited. His older models have more teeth. So I'm going to just planning on redoing the Spire model. And by redoing it, I mean importing the one from Reignited and just putting it straight into project. Here we go. But I'm going to modify the model, but I don't have to do that now. I will just get the Spire model as is. And disable scale down, and there we go. Here's the reignited model. I just take this model, I have to rename it to armature here. And then I just take this and then export it. And I will export it to Spyro Game Boy Advance Remake. Resources, characters, Spyro. And then I'll call this Spyro New. Yeah, which game do I use? That game maybe. Swap that, export, and it's done. And then I just go back to project and import it here. Now I just need to go and navigate to it. Resources, characters, by thank you for it, beds. Now you should have a new skeleton. And you should create new materials. Import. Also, we give information is fine. We don't need that information. There we go. So here's the new stuff. So all I need to go into this one is asset actions. That's a secret menu. It's the no, what's it called? There's an option here that is reference viewer, which again is opening a new window. There you go. Here is the mesh itself. This mesh references this stuff, but that's this part I don't have to care about. What I have to care about is everything connecting to it. Which in this case is a skeleton, which I don't have to care about because the new mesh has its own skeleton. The same thing goes with C6. I wonder if that's why these are light like this. The only one I have to care about is blueprint. Because blueprint, this one, is what has all the stuff that Spyro can do. Can I open the blueprint from here? Browse to assets. There we go. Here we go. This is the actual blueprint that does the logic for Spyro. I also got some debug stuff here. Meaning if I press debug key tab, it will swap the culture. But then I have pressed specifically these, then switch between US English and UK English. Debug keys. And what's stupid about debug keys in Unreal Engine is that they are hard-coded. Well, it makes sense in one way, it's debug keys, but you cannot use F13 through F24 because they haven't added those keys. This is Unreal Engine 5, released this year. Unreal Engine 5 release date. No, it was released 2 years ago. Well, quite older than I saw it. But still no F13 so F24. I know not every keyboards typically don't have those keys. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't. I mean, if someone actually has those keys and wants to, because these are debug keys, they're not actually meant to be used. But anyway, I have to go to viewport here. Because this mesh I have to replace. Here it is. So I need to replace it with a new one. There we go. Well, it still tries to... Still tries to play the same animations though. I mean, it's still broken and like kind of half works. I find that interesting because the skeletons should be different. So despite it having the wrong animation, it still tries to force the animation to play. That's why the eyelids are broken. That's kind of neat. Because normally when you try to use the wrong animation stuff, everything is like either it doesn't work, it refuses to play the animation, and you get a default posing character, or it crashes. But not here apparently. But yes, you might have noticed the so might have noticed is purely white because it doesn't have any information. So I will replace it with the new there we go, and then I will move and then I can, yes, they moved. Then I can check the old model in the reference viewer. Oh, it's because I didn't save it. Wait. No. Then I update. There we go. So now nothing is using this except for its own physics and skeleton, but that I don't have to care about. And same thing if you check these. Just animations. Don't have to care about any of that. Although I need to import the new animations though. I should rename these though. For the sake of consistency. And I should import the new textures because I only got the old texture. No problem. Not sure if people follow me. I just do stuff here. We take the body C, M, N, R, ARM. Wait, I don't need ARM. Oh, well, I need Can I skip M and R in that case? So copy the original texture spiral. Oop. There we go. Apparently did close everything, but that's fine. Quote, I'm stepping on Joe's balls. I hope he doesn't mind. So since this is a character texture, I need to change the character group, which is bind point, to character specular, which apparently does not automatically disable this thing. Maybe I can. Where did it go here? Now it's bind point. There we go. Now we can see the tiny checkbox here. You had to disable this thing. Boom. Oh, you actually did change that. Because it's RGB changes the let's read the description that actually pops up when you hold over it. Where the texture and its source, what do you mean source? sRGB, which is incorrectly written, gamma color space, can only be used with 8-bit compressed formats. Interesting that it can't be used with uncompressed formats. This should be unchecked if using alpha channels individually as masks. That information is incorrect. It's kind of like, it's not absolutely incorrect, but it's kind of heavily misleading, to be honest. The reason why you should have sRGB on is, as it said, if you're using the sRGB gamma color space, and you should disable it if you don't use it. Doesn't really explain, like, then you have to know when are you using the sRGB gamma space, color space. That is when you that is when you're using the texture as a color texture. Such in this case, these colors will be the actual colors you will see on the model in game. While this texture here, which does have a bunch of different colors, These are only used to determine the amount of if the body should appear rough or shiny, if it should appear metallic or not. Those are they're using the texture to determine the numerical values from basically 0 to 100%. It's not used to actually display those colors. Therefore, you're not going to use the sRGB color space, because sRGB, the gamma color space, is shifting what the midpoint is and does a whole curve and everything to it. I need to copy the name. Maybe I did copy the name, I don't remember. So it would make it a curve, and if you want it linear, you have to disable sRGB gamma color space. Now you can ask, why is it that, well, why not always have it disabled in that case? That's because the textures would otherwise appear too dark. There we go. Now I just need to create this one. I don't need this. I want a texture. Texture is just parameter. This is not texture. The texture object parameter. What do you want to use? Texture parameter. Do you want to use texture sample? Yeah, do you want to use this one? Not sure what it's called, sample. Then we pick. I should create a base material for bodies. Yeah, we don't need to expand information here. Then I'll copy this for the RM and another one for normal map. So we take the RGB. Oh, I did it. No, you were supposed to be set to that one. Wait, what are you doing? Oh, because. Ah, no, I see. Okay, what I really should do, because this is burst material instance. So let's create. Yeah, I have a base here. Which I should use instead. So let's use this one instead. Let's ignore this one. So create material instance. There you go. That's what I want. Move it here. Oh, you could. No, you have to manually drag it there because. Because why would you be allowed to use keyboard shortcuts? This is Unity, Unreal Engine, not Unity. I don't know if Unity allows that. I will try to use Unity. And we'll see how that goes. So now it will open up this screen instead. So I can set a pre-image and we set it to spy draw new. There we go. Look what a nice marble spiral this is. There we go. But of course we need to change stuff here. There we go. So this now it's all of these set. Because what I've done here, and this is probably not the best thing, it tells, does it have an ambient texture, does it have a metallic texture, or does it have a roughness texture? And then it's also another value that says, does it load it for an RM texture or not? So therefore, I then enable that I will load the RM for Spyro. Spyroi. There we go. And the base color. And the normal map. And there we go. Why is it so shiny? Very shiny. Something went wrong here. Sure, it's taking a while for some reason. There we go, done. Why is it not so shiny? Oh, that's interesting. Oh wait. No? Oh yeah, you have fixed values that can be used. Yeah, that's the next thing. If I disable, I don't have a roughness texture, I can instead set the roughness amount at 0 or at 1. But why does this does not make sense? It's such clear. Okay, but what is the No, it made a custom gem material. This is my custom gem material. I think it's pretty cool. Or I can look at the purple one. Oh, I have the pink one. This one is about 25. And then we have the green, of course. And the golden. But for those keen-eyed viewers, you might have noticed that they're in orange. Yeah, there's the orange gem. What's it? Maybe it's red. No, it should be orange. There we go. There's the orange gem. Looks like this. And we also got the cyan gem. We're also using the wrong one. There we go. This is the cyan gem. Cyan gem looks similar to the green gem, but they are different. And then we got the black one too. Oh, I also the wrong one. There we go. Here's the black gem. Black gem. Now I should not remember. Orange and cyan. One is worth 3 and the other one is worth 4. I don't remember which is which. I think this one is worth... Yeah. This one is worth 3 because it got 3 points. Which kind of defeats like the idea because the 2 has 3 points. So I don't know. But between the orange and the cyan, you can determine that this is worth 3 because it got 3 points, or you can look at this shiny triangle on top. And the orange is worth 4 because it got a square on the top. Now, sure, it also got 8 sides, but whatever. And the black one has 6 sides. The black one is actually a gem that exists in Reignited. It's not black. It's just a mesh that exists. But we do not see the mesh. Because it is not used. When I close that one, it has to update the texture streaming data. Don't ask me. Okay, is it just clear coat? I think that's what it is. I need a value for that. Okay, let's do that. So I do a copy these values. And what I will do is I'll move this here. And then move this here. And then this one will say clear coat texture. And this one will say clear coat. And this one will say clear coat. And this one will plug into clear coat. And then I'll save this. Because now I can adjust the clear coat value. Because it should appear here now. Yes. So I can either set it like I do have a clear coat texture. Which, yeah, now it's here. Or I don't have it. For some reason it still shows up here. It shouldn't. And I can instead... Because, no, it's not that either. For some reason it shows up here. Shouldn't. I can change, yeah, so this is the clear code value that's causing the issues. I wonder what the clear code value actually is officially on Spire. But there we go. That's new body. I'm going to, as I said, modify this model so it actually looks more like how he did on the Game Boy Advance. Yay! So if we go to Spyro again, to the blueprint here, and check the viewport, look at this. Now it looks so much better. Ish. I mean, I was so weird because I can fix things. What is there? No orb. Orb. I don't see any. Because I want to circle around the model. I don't want to. But anyway. The model does look better than the one I had, but that was because I didn't add any effects to the one I had. Go back here. Oh. So I can import them. So what I do is import animation. Then I go to Reignited and go to Player, Spyro, Content, Animations. And what we do? Which animations do we need? I should probably make a folder that contains every animation. Because I will only be able to pick animation from one folder. Which is an issue. Wait, what are you going to Sparks? Animations, and I call it all capital letters. Which technically makes it become Albanian Lek, or whatever it's called. So copying all the animation to the folder all. Update, there we go, here we got an all. So now again, we need fire additive, let's take both just to be sure. We do have the head bash, so why not do that? So many animations there though. Charge, let's pick all the charge, why not? We don't need any of the, because I can import more later. We do standard. What's idle reaction? Let's take both. Let's take all the timeouts too, because those are the idle animations. And then we take jog, run, and walk. And guess that's all of them that I want. So import all of those. And that's going to take a bit of time. There we go. So now, as you can see, he's now walking. Just simple as that. Now, if I set it to 39, I think. No, it should be 40 because this one starts to say yes. So now it's strolling. I don't know which animation this one is. Well, we can go to this one. I should say here, which is very hard to see because it's light gray text on an orange background, but it says walk right, so that's why it's slightly tilted, because it's going to the right. But yeah, there is. There is no player controls. I do have stop animations, but there is no play animation on this menu for some reason. Anyway, all the animations should exist here. No, they don't, because I imported them wrong. Let's re-import them. Annoying, because I forgot to change one setting. No problem, it wasn't that hard to import them. Because I forgot to enable all actions to NLA track. Kind of a weird grammar, isn't that? All actions to NLA track. I don't know. What did I do now? Fire additive, head bash, in loop out. Although I have to modify the head bash because it's going to be a butt bash. I don't know what else to call it. And then we'll go to I mean, I can take the death burn, drown loop underwater, flood and stuff. But I don't need underwater because you know we're going to be underwater. Idle reaction because I don't know what that is. So I'll just take it anyway. And then locomotion, we need. I do need to fly too, but we'll wait with that one. I didn't do the jump. So pick jump as well. Run. And then walk. Because yeah, this time I forgot to add the all track to NLA track. All actions to NLA track. So now I'm going to import it. Because that was the thing I was trying to show there in the menu above. 1% above my head. It's going to show. There we go. Now. So yeah, so now. Boom, bonk, run. So yeah, so we got. Oh, I need to expand this one. Right, there we go. So we got all the animations here. Hey, Pun, hello. The American Wolfman. This is all the death animations. Okay, so those are those idols. It's fine. It's fine. I will export this one now. So I will export the selected objects. I will export this as Spire new adding. Yeah, wait. And then that should be it, really. Export. Spire in the Gex series. Never played Gex. Should maybe play Gex. Proceed, thank you. Well, it's exporting at the moment, so I have to wait. Excitement. You know what? I'll need to go get some water, so I'll pause it for. Well, it has to export. Exporting animation takes a bit of time. But I'll play the ads for 3 minutes while I'm going to get some more water. See you soon. Hey, Onion. And you can keep on chatting there. perfectly fine. But I'll be right back. Right back. There we go, I'm back. Hey, how are you doing, Onion? Doing good, you. I'm good as well. Good, good. I'm glad when people are good. Making me jealous. No, I'm like, I'm good. You know, it could have been better. So, someone thought I should have some confectionaries. I got... Ooh. Let's take one. And then you're meant to close this. But I'm probably going to eat everything in one day. That's the problem with me and sweets. You know, I hear Paramount bought the rights to Power Rangers from Hasbro. Did Hasbro have the rights to Power Rangers? Isn't Power Rangers really awkward because it's actually based on another show? So really, how much right did Hasbro and now Paramount have of Power Rangers in the first place? Because a lot of, like, basically all the designs are not the property of Power Rangers. It's basically the logo, the theme song, probably a bunch of names of stuff. I guess story and like the human characters. Well, the non-ranger characters, because all the ranger stuff is not original content. Oop, hello, Janerto. Yeah, but Hasbro wants nothing to do with it. They basically want nothing to do with their other IPs. Yeah, I mean, some companies are like that. Hello, Jan. Oh, I did export it, by the way. Yes, it's done exporting. Let's import it to Unreal now. No, who was that? Janerto. You redeemed it during that. It does not, outfits does not apply during that. I've changed the code. No. So they're dumping it on Paramount. Well, I guess they got some money out of it. And if they're not going to do anything else with it, at least someone else might do something with it, which might be a good thing. So these are the old animations. Let's create a folder called old and just move them there. Move here. Boop. And then I will import my outfits back. Import new animations. Okay, I guess it's importing the animations now. Don't know your snoot removed your outfit. Apparently did. Imagine that. Poop in the snoots removes the outfit. That would be embarrassing. There we go, now it's imported. So this would be to the existing skeleton. Exported time. Oh, I forgot about changing that because for some reason, so I need to export everything again. This is due to the importer because Spyro is made in 30 frames per second. But the FB, I don't know if it's on Blender or the import tool or the export tool. Somewhere it has decided that when you import animations, it changes the frame rate to 24. There's probably some legacy code somewhere that just forces it to be 24. I think Blender starts at 24, even though it's developed in Netherlands, where 25 is the standard. But as mentioned before, regardless of where things are developed, they need to follow US standards because, you know, Paramount has a good track record of having good movies. Well, that's good. Hopefully, we'll see something. I've never watched Power Rangers, so. And oh yeah, I forgot the third option with the whole. I said either I do game development or I make a drawing, and I can at some point, whenever I feel bored about this, I can move over to doing a drawing. But I also have the third option, or a secret third option, which is now it's done. Which is that I import was cancelled. Okay, is that I do this Ponpon's mod. And now I have to wait for Unreal to import it, because it basically have to import everything before it can show you the imported dialogue. Because I want to make a new Ponpon mod for Spyro, which I'm going to make cuter than the current one. There we go. That was quicker actually. Then I should just select this skeleton and then press import. There's import all, but that's all files, not all animations. And now it does the importing. And for some reason it duplicates the animations. And I don't know why. But yeah, so custom animations because you are able to modify the animations, you just have to. The annoying thing is that if you want to modify one animation, you have to replace every single animation. Otherwise, you're going to have. Because you can't mix old animation with new animation, especially not since I want to make a new custom skeleton, and I will have to edit every single animation, because the point of having a new custom skeleton is so I can animate the ears and skirt. And because I'm editing all animations, I could modify some of the animations to make them more unique for Ponpon. Instead of a head bash, you could do a butt bash, just like Spyro does in on the Game Boy Advance. That's why I mentioned that I need to edit that one. Because I want the animations to look like the animations from the game. Not down to every single detail, but more like oh, now it's imported all the animation. Now it should update now it should actually show the files too. What did I say? I could modify, yeah, so I could just modify. I want the animations to be inspired by the original animations. Just like how Reignited are basing the animations on the original trilogy, the PlayStation 1 games, of course. There we go. So I got all of these. But these are way too many animations. And that's because for some reason it imports it twice, and I don't know why. Yeah, because this part... These are the duplicate ones. Which like takes twice as much time to just do the whole thing. Yeah, I wish there was a mass rename option. Okay, I want to go called AC0 Spiral. Name of animation. So I want to replace this part with this part. But I guess I don't get that luxury. Bulk name, rename. I mean, there might be an option for that. Oh wait, why is he still here? I thought I deleted all of you. I can't do that because it doesn't consider the underscores to be word separators. Yeah, there's a lot of animations. No, I didn't want to open it. I could also create folders like folder for tag. Could I use uppercase in... Yes, in Rain I did use uppercase folder names. Look, I take all these attacks and move it to the attack folder. Two more attacks. And then I could have another folder which is a death. Where I put all the death animations in. Death. Just death. And then we create a new one that is called locomotion, where all the locomotions go in. What a smart system. I wonder who came up with this idea. Well, it wasn't me. I should probably move the keyboard from the microphone so it doesn't pick up as much of the keypresses. No, I didn't. Again, I don't want to open this. I got some experience with working with Unreal Engine simply from doing mods for idle, but there's still a lot of things I don't know. There we go. Now I got all the animations here, and as we can see, it uses the correct model. Isn't this pretty cool? Okay, wait. There's a bunch of transitions too. I'm not really sure how I will deal with the transitions. Because we got some blend space here and animation blueprint. Alright, there's an animation blueprint too. Why is this one? Because it uses the old... I assume. Yeah, I got... stuff here. So we'll copy this one and then I call these, I don't know what I call them. Maybe they should just be placed here. Maybe that's simple. Because if we take this first one, blend space, BS as it's abbreviated as. But it's using the old model for some reason. With the new textures. What do I change here? Skeleton, how do I change? Okay, maybe I need to create a new blend space. Wait, play. Wait, how do I? Show. Hmm. Oh yeah. This is what it is. So yeah, probably have to create a new blend space then. Yeah, so this is blend space, so we delete this one. Delete both actually. I'll create a new. Okay. Here we go. And there should be animation. Where's blend space? No, it's right there. There's a new skeleton. Boom. Okay, let's see if I can set this up again. Let's pick there. Okay, this is a new one. It's the old one. So this one will be called movement. And the fastest movement he has is 400. So I think what you do is you take. Where do I need idle? There we go. Okay, how do I change? Oh, yeah, you do it here. There we go. So, and then we need locomotion for walk. Run. And shouldn't have charge. Or should that be a no, that probably is separate animation. There. So now you can go from standstill to jogging. Now, of course, somewhere here in between he does that, so which so it's probably not using blades, but also why is it doing that? No, it's just shading. Shouldn't be any problems. This should be the original model as used in game. For some reason, it's floating slightly off the ground. I mean, that's what it looks like. That's how they made it. Crawling forward. So... I would still need another animation blueprint for the news. Let's see. I should probably be able to just copy over most of the things though. Oh, not that one. There. This stuff. Which we have the output there. There. So, I said like something like initialize that stuff. And then copy that. I guess I'll delete that. Error. Okay, wait. Okay, this one works. Yeah, there's a lot of mess here. This is why I don't like to deal with nodes. It's also not as easy to make comments either. It takes too much effort to making a comment. This works for some reason, but this does not work. Yeah, but this one errors because this one errors. Reading value of this one. Oh, I see. Okay, so I need one that's called movement, which is a float. And then I have this one, which is the oh. There we go. But this one is animating, this one is not animating. Maybe I close it. And no, it's still nothing. Alright, still doesn't work though. Jumping counts as movement too, but it's using the old animation though. So how's that? This will almost be referenced somehow then. Good thing I have a reference here. Yeah, it's referencing this one somehow. Wish I could. No, well, I should be able to. Since I copied over everything, I should be able to just select both of them. Replace references with the new one. Hopefully it doesn't break everything. There we go. And then recompile it. Still doesn't animate though. Because now it's referenced in the new one. That's good. Got a loop here. Okay, now there is no animation. I guess they collide with things. Because this one is working. You can also enable smoothing time. But I don't see any. I can also have left and right. We call this one turn, and it goes from, I guess, minus 90. Well, it would have been minus 90 to 90, but well, now it's, how do I zoom out this thing? Anyway, Calico's cat bean. Wait, Calico the cat bean. There we go. That's what it says. Should I change category to game development? There we go. There we go. How's it going? I'm struggling a bit with getting stuff to work, but aside from that, I guess it's going. Because it says to 50. But if I set turn to 0. No, I should have a snap to grid somewhere. Snap to grid. Snap to grid. There we go. So now I can set this to 1. No, 1. Okay. There. What I can do now is take, because this is locomotion walk. Then I take locomotion walk. We should be positive. Should right be positive? Or should right be negative? Because right is... I guess right is negative and left is positive. But then I have run as well. There, this saying strange things. Okay, yeah. Now, which is easier to see from behind, I guess, is that if you move here, it can turn, and if you move here, it slows down, but it can still turn. But you can still do this kind of weird light hop. But that could be because these should rather be further forward. So the difference here is smaller. You basically have to figure out where that is. However, even with blend space set, it doesn't animate it here though. So I don't even know how it loads this thing. Oh, I think I forgot this. Well, that's not good. I forgot to copy over this part before I deleted it. Well, that's my fault. Yeah, I think it was something like that. And then I took the movement and boop. And then complied. There we go. That's what it was. Now it should work. There we go. Yeah, look at this animation. It looks so much better. This animation works better at this speed. However, if I use the controller, which is not plugged in, let's plug in the controller. Because the controller has analog input. That allows me to do... Like, does this work? Seems like the animation is a bit... I moved too fast for the animation. So the animation should be placed... How did I release the mouse? That. So the animation should be... Can I select multiple? Of course not. Now it doesn't take turning into consideration now, but... Immediately update though. It doesn't have an animation for jumping though. Not yet. Still slides. So let's Move it one other step back. Okay, so this... Oh. What exact details is better to look at later. Anyway, this looks fine. Now I just need the getting the turning value. How do I get a turning value? Can't charge, can't flame. Kinda looks weird when you jump though, because he still does the running. I have to replace it with an actual jump. If I press this. There we go. I didn't read what it said, but it said which locale it uses. Oop. Now we go up here. Now it says Mermaid Coast. Kind of hard to see, but that's why I still wanted the floating letters because it just looks right having them. But lava prairie. But when you approach it, a pop-up from the bottom screen will show up and tells you what the name of the level is. Like in the original game. Ant Farm. You can also switch it to Latin American Spanish, European Spanish, Finnish. There we go. Now I have it. Did I even add a level name to Finnish? Of course not, because there are no Finnish level names. Oh no, you're just gonna say Mermaid Coast. However, if you continue scrolling French, Italian, maybe I should ask a Finnish speaker to help me out with that. Dutch, Norwegian, Polish, Portuguese, Brazil, Portuguese, Portugal, Swedish. There we go. So many languages. If I go to Swedish and check. Oh, I thought I added a Swedish level name. No, right. For some reason, I don't think that worked. But for some reason, it works in Japanese. Because I added the Swedish one. Okay, if I switch back, go to Italian, because that one should, I know, should work. There we go. It's another Italian. Now the problem with changing language. No, it says yeah, so there's something wrong with it reading. It only reads the English names. It's only when I run it as standalone. So yeah, but a thing you might have noticed when I change the language in the game is that it also changes the language of the whole Unreal editor itself, which is weird why it does that. So I have to switch the game back to English and then I can shut it down. But if I run it as standalone, it does not affect the the language of the editor. And despite the whole editor changing language, it still doesn't make the portal work properly. But it's only in the editor. So if I wanted to start this, wait, Unreal Engine game, do that. Let's switch. There. And then I put this here. Well, this one I should set. Title must match. Because now, there we go. Wait, how do I think? There we go. Now I'm running this in a standalone window. And for some reason it still defaults to Japanese. Don't know why. All this language will, like the first time you start up the game, it will ask you which language you want. But yeah, it has the Japanese character. None of this font is good, but it's written in Japanese. But now we can switch language to Dutch. The first game is not available in Dutch, so this will just be in English. Oops. If we switch to Norwegian, doesn't exist. Polish doesn't exist. Portuguese, Brazil, Portuguese, Swedish. I did translate the level name to Swedish. So now it should work. There we go. I did call it Sirenstranden, which means the siren beach. But it makes it an alliteration in Swedish. In English it's Mermaid Coast, it's not even an alliteration, but you know. But it will still be called mermaids and not sirens, so I'm not... But this one says Myrfarmen. However, one letter is missing, so it's replaced with a question mark for now. I wish I could run. This is pretty fast, but I wish I could run. I would still like the new animations though. Oh, this one says Basarberget, which means the Bazaar Mountain. We got the... Wait, where's the lava prairie? It's here. Lava prairie. There's another letter not added yet. So there's another question mark. There should be one more portal. Do. Spider really stands out in his world. Oh, the gem's a good size though. There we go. Another question mark. What does it say? What does it even say? Did it say Vinter? Yeah, Vinterälvornas hem. That's what it says. It says the Winter Fairy's home. Because currently we're in the Autumn Fairy's home. You start in autumn, you go to winter, then to spring, and then to summer. This is autumn. Wait, there should be one level. One more level. I forgot one more level. So yeah, I did translate the level names to Swedish. Kind of following the patterns they use in Reignited. Yeah, this one's another missing letter. Stenåldersbanan, which is... Because that's the term they use in Reignited, they called the Speedway Bana. Or Banan, because it says the Speedway, or like the track, so it says the Stone Age track. And that's what I wanted to... I wish I had slightly like a crawl speed. Poor doesn't work yet, nope. Can't go through them. Because that would mean I have to do a whole nother level. I'm not even done with this level yet. I'm not ready to start on the next level just yet. You don't even have a jump animation. It's just a walking animation. No, it's not time to add another level, not yet. Too much in a hurry, you know, aren't we? So anyway, that works. What was I supposed to do? I was supposed to do the flame animation. How do I do a flame animation? So what can I get it? I get target velocity. Is there read the value of read the value of variable velocity, current velocity of updated component? No, I didn't want to open the thing in Visual Studio. Well, I guess get to see the actual code they use. Oh, this is a long code. Signing into Visual Studio, sync yours license product key applied, but it's free. But it's free. 506 lines of code. A lot of engine API. But I don't need that. Weirdly, it doesn't open for other things. I want to see where I got this from. Dynamo vector, because it takes that from characters. This one. Not that one. On the blueprint. There must be like some kind of turn value then. This everything is here. If there's a velocity, it shouldn't be turn too. How do I even get this? Okay, let's try this. Character movement. And then velocity. Get velocity, yes, there's a value for that. So if I do get not angle, turn. Rotation. Get set rotation rate. Get rotation rate. That's the one I want. And then this one gives. So I need to break this split. Because the only value. Oh wait, which is it? It's the yaw, I think. So I create a new variable which I call rotation. The other one called movement is a float. Can I reorder these? Reorder, yes. So I'll drop this here, set. And I think it's that one, and then whoop. I can do that. Make it a bit nicer looking. You can also do that if you want it to be more nicer. Doesn't really change anything. So this should give me the rotation, hopefully. We'll see if that works. So I just get the rotation, but the rotation is going to be a value that's quite high. So I need to put it with. Now it loaded the project. That took quite a while. Maybe it's because it crashed. So it got some issues. If it broke the whole thing, then let's hide this. So it haven't loaded the textures yet. So yeah, now it's slowly loading the textures. It loads the environment before the model, which kind of weird priority, but sure, there we go. I still don't have any texture damage. It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm happy with how much I managed to do here. I mean, obviously I haven't made the model. So let's open up the animation thing again. Oh, I didn't save it. Yeah, I didn't save it. So now everything is gone. Oh well. Animation blueprint. C0 spiral. Oh wait. I need to select skeleton first, and then I can name it. But that means I have to. Oh, it still exists. No, it doesn't. So why can't you save it? The phone is a fade save correct. Why can't you save? The summary of the package blah 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 is invalid. Check that the file is of the expected type and not corrupted. What? I mean, I understand it crashed. Oh, it's because it has an old file here. Okay, let's close this. Can I just close the project? Why is there no like just close project? I mean, I can open another project. No, because I don't have any other project. Do. There we are. So that's how it is. So I could open this project. This project is the one I used for the one I made. Which one is the? Well, I could check here. Wait, there's a game. No, these are empty. Huh. Interesting. No, I should. No, it's not pirate. Oh yeah, you can't even view the models. You can see that this is the swimsuit because I got the fluffy things here, but I got the cutout for the tail. Oh, now loaded the texture. Yeah, the problem is I'm using a specific material because I'm reusing the material from the game, but I have a very specific material setup for that thing to work. So I do have this texture here, which is the model is using. This is a body, but this is shaded part. And I do have this says princess here. Princess. And I wanted that to be translated based on which language you're running, but couldn't get that to work sadly. But it would be a pretty neat feature. So depending which language you play, it will change which language is writing princess in. I have the textures. They just can't get it to actually change the textures. But oh well. It is what it is. So yeah, I will publish the It's What It Is. I will publish the post. Should I just do it now? Announcements. Info alert. No. Info alert. The final version of the plush has been made with the embroidered face. Don't know how to spell that. Embroidered. There we go. Now let's add the pictures. The front view, side view. Let's do side view, ears up. Back view, ears up. Hey, I'll ask them to have the advice. Let's look into the right in the final version. This is how final product will be. Boom. There we go. Post is made. It's just slightly. I think the one of the eyes is looking a bit too much to the side. There's more than the others. It looks a bit unbalanced, but maybe that doesn't look as weird when you actually have it. Anyway, let's try animation blueprint again. Animation blueprint, character 0, spiral. There we go, now it works. Yes, now I can save it. But now I have to redo this whole thing. But I don't know how I set that up, so now I need to... No problem. I just have to go to my Twitch mod. Because I had it open on my Twitch mod. A bit silly though that I have to do that, but it's what it says. What do you mean says? I should have it shown somewhere. Here we go. So now I just need to copy this. Giggle, giggle. So, but yeah, that's the issue with having it crash. I didn't know it, but actually, yeah, because I didn't saved it. Cost to VP C0. Wait, why can't I do that? Okay. Try get pawn. Oh, wait, no, I already got that. Oh. No, I do self. Oh yeah, I do, and then I do return value cost 2. I think it's cost to character actually. Yeah, could be wrong. I think it's the one as character. And then I create variables BP 0 spiral which was a BP character 0 spiral. And then I set the value. Okay, no. Okay, that's cost. Yeah, that's okay. There we go. This is the one I need. And objects, and there we go. This is how it was set up. But this whole thing is wrong anyway because custom event. No. So this one should not be connected there anyway, because I should have an event blueprint initialize animation. And this is the one that would trigger that one. Oops, I missed. Whoop. While here, I'm instead going to have 2 new variables. One I call motion this time, like it's turning. And these are going to be float values. Not an integer 64 would be nice, but that's not how this works. Then I do get the model. And then I get the character movement. And the character movement I do get velocity. Yeah, there we go. Get velocity. So let's change the order here. Maybe I'll do like that because I'm going to have 2 here, and then I need get rotation rate. And for rotation rate, I just care about the Z rotation. As we say, Z is upwards. Therefore, when you rotate around that axis, that's when you have Z rotation. And that's going to change which way he's turning towards. I hope that makes sense. And then motion is going to be set motion and set turning. So that's just plugins there. This one will plug in here instead for up there. And then after setting motion, we set turning. But of course, velocity cannot be plugged directly here because velocity is a 3D space vector. So I need to convert it to a vector length. And then I can plug it in. Since the velocity is in 3D space, so you have the origin point 0, 0, 0, and the velocity is basically. Although I really should do the XY. Can I split this? I can do this because I only need the vector length XY. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I can do that. Unbreak it. Collapse. No. There. How do I recombine? There we go. There we go. This one is same vector length, but xy. It only takes out the xy values of the vector lengths. Here, and again, this is the issue. You can't see the menu. I assume you can't see the menu. If I right click, yeah, this you don't see this menu. But if I type vector length, there we go. I only have two options, x and y. There's no x and z, y and z. There's no option for that. You also have a squared version. There's no cubed. Obviously, you can write your own code, but I mean, why doesn't they have it? Now, they do have vector 2D lengths and a vector 2D. You can just split this. And as you see, you can split these and then you can just plug in which you want as the first and second. Not that first or second should matter. So you can still do it fairly easy, but still, I mean, it's still lack of stuff, and it's actually nice to be silly. I do like to do this, even though it doesn't change anything in code. It doesn't. I wish it did that automatically. Not placing dots, but more like whatever. Anyway, let's compile this. There we go. And now here I just have to blend space. No, it is called blend space Caesar Spire. There we go. This one. And then I need these variables, so motion, get, turning, get, and those I just plugged in here. Compile. There we go. And now, but of course, I assume this was the thing I was going to do last time, but then it decided to crash. Math 6. What? Expression. Wait, you can't do a math expression? Another limitation. You can't just do a math expression. Divide. Why can't you do a math expression? Are they serious? They serious? Yeah. Another issue. You just have these weird limitations sometimes. And it's annoying me. A blueprint is the primary way of you doing... They want this to be the primary way of programming. I don't like it. But then they have all these limitations. Like, no, you can't do this. You can do this if you were to write a code in text. And that's why I prefer text coding, because text code is not limited like this. Like, no, we didn't add that thing. Okay. So I guess I can't do that thing then. Oh well. And that's how it is. Because in the level blueprint, opening level blueprint, I have these spawn portals here. Oh yeah, this is the thing. Wait, how does it spawn? Yeah, it's in the portal. Can I open this? No? Okay, if I go to ROPS portal, blueprints, here, beautiful code. It has the wait, which is this event graph? Initiate portal. Here we go. And here's the whole thing that gets the right text. I don't have to use the string table. And then portal text. I have to use these expressions here. Like this is the most massive expression because I need to do the, well, get the text to appear correctly. But these things are actually blueprints themselves. But imagine if I actually had to output all these blueprints. Oh. I guess I closed that one. I should be here. There. Instead of just using one node, that would just be annoying. But if I were to copy this, I can paste it here. Oof. I can also paste it like here. Oop. But if I go here and paste it, it doesn't allow me. It's annoying. So anyway, divide, safe divide, I guess. This function returns 0 if b the denominator is 0. Okay. I guess that doesn't. But why? Why not give infinite? Why shouldn't wait? Divide. Go back to all mass nodes. Uncheck enable type promotion in blueprints. Both node types are supported. But okay, why can't I get? Because these are floats. This is division with float. And float does have the support for infinity, both a positive infinity and negative infinity, and as an actual numerical value. If you divide by 0, you should get infinity. Maybe the old division does that. But in this case, I'm not going to divide by 0 anyway. But I just think it should be like an option. Again, limitations. I wonder if that's what does happen in C# if you divide a float value by a float 0. Because every number must have a type. You can have an integer 0 and a float 0 and a decimal 0. But I'm going to divide this by 45, I don't know. So let's try this. Same. Oh, I should have changed category. Oh no, it's same now. I can change the category now. Game development. Whoop. Switching categories like crazy. So this should show up now? Yes. Oh, it moves when it shouldn't be moving. That's weird. It triggers the turning even though if I'm pressing keyboard. That's interesting. Okay, when it stands still, it keeps moving. That's weird because here it doesn't. Oh, I should be able to. Is it because I did this instead of the other method? There should be a way to output. I have it on a spiral bit. There should be a way to output text on screen, which you do. Now it's just reading C++ symbols, but it didn't do anything. Here it keeps on moving. That's weird. Suddenly it should be 0. And why is it triggering turning though? Wait, when does it set get current level as open level? But I have the code. Good. Maybe it's up here actually. Print string, there we go. That's where it is. Yes, I'm allowed to print string here too. Good. So I will do on a your screen print log text color duration. Oh, there's duration. Good. Was it going to constantly print it? Let's do a short duration. And then it will print a string. Well, it will print string hello. Let's see how that goes actually. As a first test. Because it should constantly print it. There we go. It keeps printing it. Good. Now I will have it print out the value it sets as the motion value, so I can see what the motion value is. And it's at 0. Yet it's still doing this. That's weird. Now, oh, I actually set the speed to 500, not 400. So yeah, so now it says 500. So I can make the on-screen appearance shorter, I guess. That's weird. That doesn't make any sense to me. But now compile it, it shows movement. Because it be movement should be 0. Because this is 0. It should, the thing it does is like movement of like 90 or something. That doesn't make any sense. And this is 400. I should change that to 500 then. Let's open this one, set it to 500. That doesn't make sense to me. Oh wait, it does make sense to me. Currently it does not make sense to me. I mean, notes shouldn't be too hard to read, which is the point of notes. So if you look at this, let's see what we can find the error here. Maybe it's something obvious. If I explain everything, maybe I can see what's wrong too. So this is the update animation thing. This is triggering once a frame or something, I don't know. Because it needs to read. So what it does here is setting the motion value. And then it prints the motion value on screen. And the motion value as it prints on screen is 0. Now, sure, you have all these like get the model and get the character movement and trying to fetch the vector length, which is going to be the speed that the character is currently moving because it reads the velocity, and then that's the value that sets the motion to the variable motion. But all that doesn't really matter. All we need to care about is because it sets a value, and this value has set, it converts it to a string and outputs it on screen. So whatever value it sets, it will print it on screen, and the value it prints on screen is 0. Therefore, hey yo, Merry belated Christmas and or happy holidays. How's it going? Hello Wiki, it's not going well because I'm very confused at the moment. Because Spyro is currently moonwalking. Well, he's not moonwalking because it's still on the screen. But the thing is, in the top left corner, which might be a tricky to see because the text is kind of small and I'm not sure if I can make it larger. It says 0. Does it change? This is Dutch. Oh, apparently the value it prints out is hard-coded. Well, I guess I actually outputs the hard-coded string. It doesn't format string. That doesn't make sense. Oh, it outputs it here too, actually. But yeah, it's still 0. And because motion is 0, should be the name of it. I called it movement before, but that doesn't change anything. But it plugs movement into movement, which should be here, and that's why it stands still. It's not until I increase this value. I need to recompile it. Huh? Okay. If I disconnect this... Okay, if I disconnect it, what happens then? Because then movement should be 0, as it says 0 there. Iki got a carrot! No, it still moves. And now the movement doesn't change when I move. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Because this is movement 0. This is movement 150. This is movement 500. And movement 0 is the idle. This is this animation. This one is this animation. And this one is this animation. Currently it should be this. This is 0. This is movement 0. That's what it says on screen. The Dr. Crow got an eggplant. Ooh, Crow got an eggplant. Ooh. I got the malicious egg. Why is it malicious? By the way. Well, I'm confused now. Oh my, this is a Norwegian song, so he's a Norwegian artist, and he wants to just have at least one more night with a lady, and he said that he's even willing to speak Swedish. Oh my, so much he's sacrificing to get together with this lady. This is not going to change anything, but at least it ensures that if you have turning, it's not going to do much stuff. Because people use the eggplant emoji a lot for silly stuff. I'm confused. Because this one is plugged in. Oh wait, I see. So wait, this might fix the issue. This might fix the issue. It might be in the turn thing. Yeah, now it works. Now it works fine. Okay, it's a turn thing. Okay, so then I have to figure out. So instead of this value, let's take this value. But then this one has to plug in here. And this one has to plug in here instead. So now it will print out the turning value on screen. That's going to be more interesting to see. Because it should be 0 when you're not turning, and then it should be positive and negative when you're turning. I will use the controller for this. Unless it outputs the curve. No, it should be rotation rate. Okay, now it's taking a while to load. It says 360. Wait, why is it so... Wait. That's weird. That was weird. Oh. Because I managed to build a loop. How do I break the loop then? Yes, it's clear a loop. That's all you have to do. But now it's all of a sudden it's just saving again. Why? Why? Weird. Weird. Because the loop is not here anymore. So what is it trying to do? It doesn't run the game anymore. Whoa! Boom! Is that how you say your name? Hello! Thank you so much for raiding in. I appreciate that. Print screen. I got still my code. Whoa! Giant cat. Free. Yo, good to go. Free code. Yeah, open up. Cat. I'm getting raided by a cat. Thank you so much for the giant emote, beat redeem. Really fun. Hello, Diamond. Thank you so much for reading in Boom. It says that you are also doing some software and game development. So, well, it says playing, but I have fixed that one too, I guess. So what were you doing? Well, did you hide your code on screen? Okay, I accidentally created a loop, and now it's upset. The loop doesn't exist anymore, but it's still upset. So who do we have here? We have Mad Fresk, Anima Rain. Can't read. And Boom. May I ask why one of your O's is lowercase? Does it actually stand for something? Well, there would be a lot of words starting on O. If the lowercase O is something like off or something. Of. And then hello. TCB Beppo? TCC Beppo? Spyro, yes. The project I'm working on is I'm trying to remake. Well, I'm not allowed to do that anymore because the whole thing stopped working. So I probably have to kill the whole thing then. Because it died after I broke up the loop. Not while I... It's weird. It's Unreal is really weird. Whoop, there we go. It stopped responding, so let's start it up again and see how much progress I lost. How do big emotes? I forgot. You have to be on desktop, and I'm not from Raid, so who am I following? No, I see. Oh, it doesn't say that. Mad Freskies from the Raid. No, maybe that's because of the big emote. Ooh, my projects. Yeah, I don't have any secret project. And yeah, big emote desktop, and it should be 10 bits at the top of the list. It just says giant file. I stream Blender and Unreal Engine stuff. Ooh, you also do Unreal Engine. What's the? Oh, thank you for following. A Mad Fresk. Is that how you say it? Or is it Fresk? Or is it? No, I see. I see what it stands for because of the way you kind of capitalize it. I mean, the S should probably. It stands for France Eurovision Song Contest. I hope I didn't ruin your name now. Yes, Beppo, the TTC is silent. I see. Which language might that be? The little O makes space. Boo! Oh yeah, you did the. Yeah, I have the messages coming top down on my screen because so they go in behind me instead of showing up on the bottom of screen. So what is there any certain game you're working on at the moment? Never heard that one. I'm glad I could come with something new. Okay, let's open the last ones and see where I left off. The internet, I suppose. The internet language, where TTC is silent. Text to this computer is normally not this slow, but I guess this Unreal being slow. Oh, maybe it still has a loop. Yeah, because it didn't want to save the thing. How do I stop? How do I stop everything? What's the circle button? Stop. And if you thank you, couldn't you have detected that, like... Will you still try to run it? Yes, I accidentally made a loop here. Break this link. I know there's an infinite loop. That's what I'm trying to resolve. But it still tries to run it despite there being an infinite loop. No. The language of the internet. I'd have my own VTuber app. Ooh, that sounds interesting. What's like the... there we go. Can I compile it now? Will it start being responsive after fixing the infinite loop? We are used to lag history. Fair enough. Yeah, it ran perfectly fine until I accidentally did the infinite loop, and then it did this. I will show you what it looks like as soon as it starts responding again. Are you making Spyro? Yes. So the project here, on the Game Boy Advance, there was 4 games released. There was 3 games released. The first one was called Season of Ice. Then we got Season of Flame. Not Fire. I want to say Fire, but Flame. Then they released Adventure, or as its original name, Attack of the Rhinox. Both names are kind of generic. And then the 4th game, if you wonder, is Fusion, or if you want, Orange. Crash and Spyro Fusion. But so my goal here is currently validating the assets at 0%. I'm not sure, like, can you just compile this thing? I don't know, maybe it's done tomorrow, what do I know? Yeah, I don't know how this will house, yeah. So, my goal here is to recreate the Season of Ice. So I've imported the model from Reigniter for now, but I want to modify it. But I'm currently messing around with animation stuff. Okay. Boom made the world's first sound reactive Chungus cat. There we go. Whoa, it has been resolved. Yay! Thank you for following. Your name fit. I guess it expands until it fits on screen. The base makes her chunky. How does like? Well, I guess it makes sense with the name Boom. I could like. So now it's been resolved. So now I can show you what it looks like. Taking notes. That's good. Good. Take all the notes. This is coming on the test after the stream is over. Well, before the stream is over. So, there we go. Now let's see how long it will take for it to... The spaghetti code is moving. Ooh. It's to show the pros... I assume it's to show the how it moves throughout the code. But it doesn't actually work. Because it it only does that on the animation page. It doesn't do that on other pages. I don't know. Unreal Engine is really weird to work with. It has a lot of limitations stuff. So, yes, here we go. You're playing a Spyro. So this is the whole... so it's... The 360 says up there in corner is me trying to get the rotation speed of your rotation, but it says 360 all the time, so that doesn't work. So I had to... That's what I'm currently trying to resolve. But you can... Because I want him to turn as you rotate, so it looks a bit nicer. But yeah, so this is a whole homeworld, first homeworld recreated. Because it's Game Boy Advance, it's an isometric game, so that's why you have this view of the game. So the game playing is... It's not actually isometric. Like, this isn't... I mean, it's 3D. And it has slight, very slight perspective to it. I could go with absolutely no perspective, but I thought it was... I like the look of it having a slight perspective to it. It's very hard to see though, but... I could slightly increase if you like, but... Test. Why is there such a lag spikes when the gems reset their rotation? Is there a lag spike? Is there a lag spike? I don't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about, Yenerto. I don't see any lag spikes. Is there a lag spike on stream? Because that's a problem. That's interesting. That's interesting if that happens. I love that it's magic camera trick. I'm glad it... So, the stream stops for a moment when the gems go to top. That's weird. I actually don't see that. On the output, I don't see that. I don't see any weirdness going on with the, like... everything seems to stream just fine, but, well, thanks for letting me know, but I don't know what to do about that. That's really weird. Indeed, I don't see it. Well... Anyway, I've done this too. You can actually collect this. And it spawns a digit. 1, 2, 2. And this code is actually... this code is actually more efficiently written than the original reignited code. I cannot say that, it probably isn't. However, this code, what this code does is that it defines the position of each gem. And it also defines the value of the gem. And the value of the gem determines both what the look of the gem should be, as well as which digit it should spawn. So you can spawn a 5 as well. This whole world does not have any 25s in it, I think, or they are in the baskets. Currently you cannot charge or flame, so you cannot break those. So off all the loose gems, you can also not fly. You basically can't do it, but yeah, here's a 10. So if you collect this one, wee, 2 digits. So yeah, this is all you can do in game currently. You can collect the gems. It's a bit of a graphical thing here. Let's ignore that. I'm going to replace this whole like these rocks here are 3D. Kind of hard to see though, but they are 3D. Well, because they are not pixelated like the rest. But I will recreate everything. This river here, so it flows. There should be a tree here. Because all these are screenshots from the original game. That's how I made sure everything is super accurate. I'm very happy with how everything has turned out. I wish I could break these though. And also... okay, so I stopped and started the stream and fixed... That makes even less sense, yeah, so... That makes even less sense. Now I'm repeating myself, that's how little it makes sense. You even did the numbers thing when you pick up the gem. Do you like it? The font, I mean, okay, not this font. Okay, for some reason it starts in Japanese, I do not know why. I have a quick button, I can restart the game, and now it's loaded in English instead. So yeah, so I even did the level names on the portals. So this is Mermaid Coast. Now in the original Game Boy Advance game, you don't have names in front of the portals. Instead, you approach the portal and a banner or something appears on the bottom of the screen telling you the name of the level. But because Spyro games by tradition have the text in front of the portals, I wrote the whole function for that, and that was a massive function to write. Lava Prairie. So that's yeah, it should be a tree here as well. So that works. A market mesa. And I like it. I like how I managed to make this ant farm. And it does also work. So this is Latin American Spanish. And it also works in different languages because I have a string table. Costa de las Sirenas. Kind of hard to see here. I'm still going to have the pop-up show up on the bottom of the screen when you approach the portals, because it's very hard to read in this isometric view. It's kind of hard to read in the original, like in the original games too. Like in Reignited at least. Pradera de lava. Yeah, tell me, man. Well, I think the pixelation is just what we see because the stream is only 1 megabit. Yeah, I'm using mobile internet. I'm using my phone to get internet on my computer. It is what it is. What does that say? I don't know what it says on this part here. And then it says the hormigas. Hormigas? Amigas? This game looks really good. Like, it's just beautiful. Thank you. The dragon and its animals looks great. Well, I cannot say thank you about that though. Yes, the dragon looks beautiful. The animation looks beautiful. This running is perfect, and you can even go slow if you want. If you feel like doing that. It's so beautiful. It's almost like I haven't even made them, because I haven't. This is the Spyro is taken straight from Reignited. The same with the baskets here. These are also from Reignited. They are slightly. No, Janetto, this is not the time to do this. No. Close your eyes. Humiliated. We follow the Spyro traditions in this. Yeah, I want to follow the Spyro traditions. I need to. Next, I want to make the charge and flame so you can actually break the containers. So you can get it. There we go. Bikini's back. like it should be. I have it in, so this is Spanish. Here we go, he's Finnish. Let's go. I think one portal might be in Finnish. Let's see if, because I obviously, like, otherwise they are in English because I don't have the Finnish translation. There are no Finnish translation for this game, but I might have translated this one. There we go. Try to read that. It's very hard to read, but it should be Finnish. All I see is it's something URAHAISFARMI. Yeah, you're not supposed to read. It's just, yeah. Anyway. I guess I don't have anything more to show. Like, it works in Italian, it works in every language. So let's try to figure out how to fix the turning thing. Costa delle Sirene. Or something, I don't know, I don't speak Italian. This is actually the code that does this is the code that handles the spawning of the letters in front of the portals. Perfect timing. Taking more notes. Yes, do take the notes. So, it's very easy. It gets the text. I have the transform, but I'm apparently not using it. And then it turns it into an array. You can probably write this more efficiently. But anyway, it loops through and makes the letter mesh like it. So yes, it generates an array of the meshes it will use. It generates an array of the start position of the curve in front of the portal. It does this whole thing, everything, and when it's done, it also checks a bunch of other stuff, and then it moves on to the next part, and then here it spawns the letters, and it uses this formula to determine its position and everything. It's X, Y, Z as well as the Z rotation, and then it just adds the static meshes, which are not static because they're moving, but details. And then it sets some variables to them, and that's it. And then it does the whole thing, and this is the massive code I wrote for that. And it works, and I'm happy with that. But now I just have to figure out this thing. Because when I do this, specifically when I get the rotation rate, I get a value of 360. And I don't get Y. And that's what I have to figure out now. Tiny spaghetti code. I did just add some comments to at least help being able to read it, but it's quite a spaghetti code. It's such a spaghetti code. The initiate is a bit easier to deal. This is finding text and localization table, which for some reason doesn't work if I play it in this view, it doesn't work, but if I do this a separate window, it works. Don't know why. This one is empty. Here's the portal. The portal I made. That's why it's so simple. I just threw it together quickly. I will do texturing and stuff later. I just want one thing to work first. So anyway, this thing. I get the character movement. Maybe if I get character owner. Is there like a get character movement? Or if it like get base rotation offset. Get last update rotation. Get last update rotation? What's that? Oh, it does get character movement then. But no, I want the... Oh, maybe I'll try to plug... Oops, I missed. Maybe plug this one in instead and see what happens. Because here it says 0. But when I run it, it does say 360. And when I rotate in-game, it does not change that value. Black screen. There we go. Okay, now it says minus 90. Okay, now it gives me the absolute rotation. That's not what I want. That doesn't help. Okay, that's one step closer. I don't know. But it is this value I need, but... Because this is rotation rate. Why does it give me 360? Okay. Get rotation. Because I have the last update rotation, which is this one, is just current direction is facing. Get orient rotation to movement. Read the value of... Okay, this list doesn't show up on the screen, so... read the value of a variable B orient rotation to movement. If true... Oh, it's a boolean. I don't care about the booleans then. I realized there's a boolean values. Get the rotation rate is the only one I get. But it keeps me wrong. Get rate. Get frame rate. Well, this is currently my issue. Because it sets it to 360 for some reason. And I don't get why. Let's break that completely. So now it will only set the turning rotation. It will not set the movement. I don't think setting movement before setting rotation should cause it to fail. Well, no, it says 360. And yeah, now it doesn't do any animations. As I rotate, it doesn't change the... It doesn't change it. It's always 360. Do I pick one of the other ones? Now it's 0, but now it is always 0. Okay, let's try the last one then. Would it be weird if it was one of the other ones, but what do I know? Now it's always 0. Yeah, it's certainly this one, but it's always 360. That confuses me. 0 here, well, 0 here, but I can't rotate. Unless there's a way to rotate character here. Okay, so it will play ads. I did snooze it for 15 minutes. But sadly it will have to play ads now. So I will fill up some more water and I will be back. And while it plays the ads, it will also pause the outfit. And then you can redeem new outfits. Sadly, there's no thing that checks if my model is on the screen, sadly. But I'm going to move over to 3D. And also, if I manage to... Look, I got a plush of myself, of the feral version of myself. And I made an emote. And then I made a plush. I didn't make the plush, I ordered the plush to be made. Ads, let's get... I'm getting water now. And there we go, I'm back. Let's put Pon on screen again. So, snack time, water time. Yeah, I don't have any ad stuff, so I'm just continuing playing music in the background. Those without ads, we can chat. We can continue chat. This is... I'm playing all kinds of music in the background. So, now to figure out how this thing works. Because... How does... Okay, what if I search a bit online? Unreal Engine, get... No, this should be... Animation blueprint, get character rotation rate. What does it say? Well, there's 1 minute left. You could probably math hack it, but select the current job from the last known you ever take. Do you have a suggestion how to do this on our program? Is gonna able to, yeah, it gets rotation rate. Gonna know how much it does. Try it, but it does not work. The easiest way to do is create a function called call it say get your snapshot. Give that single float output. Inside it, get the actor rotation bracket, take the yellow value and feed into the output. What is with this get and return the player when it what function was called. Okay, now to go to okay. Guys, on over. Bikini's back. So, for anyone curious about the sudden plushie on screen, yes, I'm going to have feral Pon plushies made. If you like cute bunnies, well, this is a cute bunny. So, I'm just happy with how it looks. I'm really happy with how it looks. What I can do because I had the other one. I think this one will give me, hopefully this one gives me the value. No wait, this was base rotation. Yeah, we'll say minus 90. No, I need the other rotation. Get last update rotation, this one. Not this one. Because what I do is create another variable I call turning last, which is also float. And then what I do is okay, let's do this correctly now. So it will set the movement. Then it will set turning last to the current turning value. Then it will set it the new turning value. I don't like it when it goes like that. I'm picky. So then we do minus, no, subtract. So we take the turning value minus the last turning value and output that. A bit of a mess of a code, but hopefully it works. Yeah, there we go. So it does a... Why does it keep restarting up Visual Studio? So it has like a max turning of 4. Okay, it works. So I can delete this. So what I need now is turning and turning last. And then I need a subtract. And plug that into turning. But then I need to just recompile that. Then I need to change this one to have a range of -4 to 4. There. And for some reason, for some screens, I cannot launch the game from. Don't know why. Whoa. Well, sorry, the value is wrong. Okay, let's swap these. Now we should lean into the turn. Whoa. Okay, now it starts in the Visual Code Studio. Code thing again. Why? Why? You started the game. Wait, why is it still inverted? Oh, it's very glitchy. It works when I constantly turn. Okay, this looks normal. I wonder if I can apply some kind of smoothness to it. And now it started visuals. Why? Why did it start again? Why does it constantly start? Stop. Just I'm sitting and playing and then like... Did you want to open... No, I don't. I didn't ask for it. Okay, I feel like regardless of which way I put these, it's still just the wrong way around. Okay, it's a bit... I could probably... Yeah, it's still like... He's supposed to lean the head towards the way he rotates. So this way is away, and this is away. But when I flip it around, I still does the same thing, and that doesn't make any sense to me. Makes no sense to me. Yeah, it's still away. That means I've inverted it, but it's... I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's invert those then. So now it's right. This is what I want. Oh, now start Visual Studio again. Why? Oh, it must be because... yeah, it uses the controller in this view. But if I have this one selected... this one selected... yeah, it shouldn't move the other one. Yeah, it's just this part here that's kind of glitchy. I wonder if I can add some kind of smoothing to it. We got this. Smooth here. Smoothing time, what unit are we talking about? Seconds? Yeah, that didn't do a thing. And now it starts Visual Studio again. Ah, Sonyrix. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be screaming too. Easing these out. Still don't know what this value is. Let's set the 100 then. If there's no difference, then thank you for following Beast Alchemaxva. There we go. No, we still lost it. How did I fix? I should best fix this. Can do like a debug text, print text. No, wait. Maybe I can't do it. No, I must be able to. Let's open Inspire again. Oh, I have to open already. I was curious where the Inspire folder was. I had it open. Print string. That's what it's called. I guess I can't trigger this one though in here. Okay, let's copy over this. Run. Here. Maybe don't print log. So now I can see what the value is doing. Like it's such. It's very quick too. It's just kind of hard to see. But it's very. Probably have to remove the noise. I don't know how to do that though. Like it works fine like this. This looks nice. Wee. So we run this way and then you turn around. I mean, animation is very much more complex than this, but yeah. I mean, I can do the crazy thing by okay, maybe I put it above actually. I can do this silly thing. It sets that one, it sets that one, it sets that one. So turning goes at that one instead. Wait. No, it has to set that one, that then sets that one, and then sets that one, which sets that one. Oh, that's the way. This is a silly way of doing it, but this would put a further delay on the must be. Just as glitchy anyway. Yeah. And due to the limited functions, I can't really do a good expressions that there's some yeah. Because here it does affect it. Yeah, so it has this smoothing here, but it doesn't work. Okay, did you run? This is... Can't see. This is walk. I think I forgot to jog, by the way. Wait, did I completely forgot to import it? Oh. Well, that explains some things. Okay. Oh yeah. Because everything crashed, Blender is closed. Now it's open it again. So, which also means I don't have the model anymore. It's fine, I didn't do any work on it. Let's see now, I open up the model again. I should open up Blender here. Boop. So, and then I will import the animations I want, which would be jog left, right. There we go. And then I'll export this. Probably have to call this armature. Yes. The exporter will not be happy. And I'll call that anim2. Well, this time it should just be 3 animations. Oh, I forgot to change the frame rate. I always have to change that. I always have to change it. It always resets back to 24. Couldn't even have the decency to reset back to 25. So that means that now I can import these new animations. Whoop. Let's see now. Resources, characters, spiral, anim 2. To the skeleton. Did I delete the old skeleton? I really should rename this stuff. No, I didn't. New. And delete those. Which means I can delete this one as well. And there. And then I rename this stuff for consistency. There we go. Sword bunnies. Oh yeah, you completely forgot the sword bunnies. Oh no. We haven't had a lot of people here then. I understand. But it's not been a priority. It's been kind of active to, yeah, exactly. You're quite far ahead of the schedule too, so it's not big of an issue. So, and there we go, and now I can go into this blend space again, and now I can add the jogs, which I forgot to add. There we go. Now the question is just where it should go. Can I take the right, please? Thank you. Yeah, because now if I do a halfway between, like this makes more sense as a transition. Yeah, but halfway here it's kind of weird, but because it has to, this is every other step like that, which is kept here as well. But when it goes to here, now it's just transition over to doing this, and that's where it gets weird, but it still works. So things are turning, but yeah, I don't get why it's so glitchy. It's very nice when it isn't glitchy. You can also run on water, but you can't run off the, well, you can run off, just this happens. Whee! Fades away. for some reason. Don't know why. Well, hmm. This is weird. Unless I can somehow hear. If I can like store a variable, would that even work? Yeah, I'm kind of lost. I wanted to do more, but well, it's kind of tricky now. What if I create a new? Probably should have done that one. Let's take the jump, and then I call the jump charge. I wonder how I'd make dynamic input controls because I have this. Okay, I don't think I do anything there. I do it in this one. I got the jump, I got the move. So I create and take the new one, which is charge. Why does it keep opening that one? So I change this to gamepad. Place button left. So I think it was the right button to charge Inspire. Then we have that one we changed here. Okay, I need to do actually IA. That's the one I need. But then I basically need a variable that says like charging or something. But then, and then also cancel needs to stop chatting. But then I need event peak, I guess. Okay, this is going to be tricky. Let's see, movement. Get camera. So then basically they have add movement input, but I want like change movement mode. I want to like force it to disable movement. Something that's yeah, it wasn't mode, but let's see what we have. Oh, lots of options. Maybe we can that set velocity. Oh, it's a. But I'm gonna do. This is not going to work. I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, but I probably have to do... Oh, I can say... You can trace. So if I press this charge button, nothing happens. It basically doesn't work. But still haven't fixed the glitching turning. So what I probably have to do is set 2 new variables. Input X, input Y. Let's do that. So this goes into X, this is into Y. And then we'll set these two. Let's make some space. So we get the inputs. Actually, let's see how this works then. Yeah. So that worked. Okay. Why do they keep changing? Where even was I? So this works. Isn't there like a running speed? Is a mesh. There we go. I think I set the movement speed to 5. Max walk speed. So we tap speed. Walk speed crouch. Min unlock walk speed. Maybe I set that one. But it doesn't have like run speed. Why does the run not exist? Run. Or actually, run time grid. So wait, no, not again. Pukjala. No, Pukjala. No. Hello again, but why? My beautiful fur. I do have custom movement speed. How much faster does Spiral Road charge compared to walk? So... Oh, okay, get my dresses back now. Good. I'm being bullied. I don't know. Oh, he don't shave the Benoi. Let's do a Boolean walking as well. Walking, charging. So we'll do like set. This will trigger first. And then I have set another one which is cancelled. And now it's no longer walking. And then minimize this. Then I have condition. Get condition. Get bool. If bool branch. There we go. Branch. If true. If walking, then swimming on these. Yay! Do you like them? It's so cute. Them bikini cute. I like the bikini. It's very cute. So the only issue I have now is that it doesn't trigger a stop input though. There's no dead zone or anything. There's a dead zone. Why doesn't that zone work? There's a dead zone. Let's X3 go high in that zone then. Suddenly when you're not in the dead zone it should not trigger anymore. It doesn't do the stop. If I reset the stick position, it still keeps on walking. And the rotation is really jittery. This is yeah. This is not the best way to make a. They said that. Yeah, I think I'm trying to do something I'm not able to do. Doesn't trigger the cancel. Trigger when it's been cancelled. For example, when you usually go off the key before the press and hold time. Oh, so that's what cancel it. Completed. The trigger is stated to knowledge. Trigger is finished. Using this event restriction to one. So blah 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 blah. Is that one I have to? That's the one. Yes. Oh, it's the wrong one. That explains why. Swimming on these. Your favorite outfit. And you're going to love it even more in 3D. I do have the D-pad too. Okay, now it works. But, okay. In that case, I'm gonna lower the dead sound. But of course, there should be some kind of setting for that too. So that works. Okay, so what it has to do here is that check if it's charging first. I can do this. If I'm not charging, it should check if it's walking instead. There's one will also trigger that, but set movement mode. Back to normal outfit. Well, it's a bit of a mess. That is what you get with nodes. Bit of a mess. It is what it is. Should self-work. I'll set that anyway, just custom walking. Yep, running is apparently nothing you can do in Unreal Engine. I didn't consider running being an option. How many like games can you run in? I mean, I know it's not too common, but running is not that uncommon, is it? Now I start Visual Code Studio. Visual Studio. Not Visual Code, it's a different one. It's because... There we go. Wait, what? No, why does it start Visual Studio again? Stop that. I'm trying to test the game. Okay, if I do this, I can jump. But I don't fall down until I... And if I press the charge button, I can't move. And as long as I move, I can't jump. Now I can jump. But if I move, I don't fall down. Doesn't mean I can actually access... Apparently you can still move up. Doesn't mean I can access the area that... Well, I can't access normally because you can't get this to this place unless you can fly. Wee. Wee. This game is so buggy now. Boom. Bonoi! Hello Lily, I am a Bonoi. Letting is one upon a warm hug explains to the joy. Spider learned to fly, secrets in and not using his wing. Yeah, the secret is jump, start movement, so it no longer falls. I'm not really sure why. I guess I'd have to do a check in air or something. Yeah, I probably have to redo the whole walking stuff. The whole walking logic. That's going to be fun. I thought you were an Evelyn. Well, I am Evelyn. I'm not an Evelyn. So basically have to but custom does not. Oh, this is too complicated. I want to give up now. This is stupid. Like, instead of changing mode, maybe I can change walking speed. Walking speed. Speed. Get max bad is exceeding max speed. Get min unlock speed. Break, yeah. Like, there's nothing, you can't even set speed. Yeah, whatever, I don't care anymore. Stupid editor.